So if you don't want to be broke after the wedding, well, you might want to monitor your budget. So for today's episode, pag-uusapan natin ang 5 most common mistakes almost every engaged couples are doing during the preparation. So ito yung mga prone tayo na magawa kasi nga syempre sobrang excited tayo. I strongly understand that we're really excited for the preparations. Tapos sobrang cloud nine. Tapos sobrang excited ka kasi kaka-propose lang niya. Tapos biglang nag-fail kasi nga biglang nagkaroon ng pandemic. I understand that everything right now in this world is bugging you off and sobrang hirap to proceed with the preparations. Minsan naisip mo, itutuloy ko pa ba itong kasal na to? Of course. Okay. Girl, tuloy mo yan. The big question is, hindi itutuloy pa ba ang kasal? But the bigger question is, when? So, ang may papayo ko lang po, you can see it as a blessing by means of mas mahaba ang preparations dahil nagkaroon ng pandemic nito. You have a lot of time to watch videos like this. You have a better time in planning. If you're interested to know about the 5 most common mistakes they're doing, stay tuned. So, if you have successfully booked the venue reception, nakapag-reserve ka na, and I know mostly yung mga reservation fees na yan are non-refundable and non-movable if hindi acts of God. So, ano na? Ano na nga ba ang gagawin mo kung sakali na malaman mo at pagpunta mo sa church na yon, it is no longer available? What now? What's next? I know you'll go to the next option. Since nakapag-book ka na sa venue na yon and you really want that, and because you keep on dreaming on how dreamy and glamorous it can be sa mga kukunin mong stylist or suppliers that you have seen few months before this engagement, ang gagawin mo ay maghanap ng ibang church. That is right. But, here are the fallback. Yung nahanap mong simbahan sobrang layo dun sa venue. Pangalawa, yung nahanap mong simbahan hindi rin masyadong applicable para sa iyo kasi maliit siya at malaki ang guests mo. Pangatlo, pwede yung simbahan na next mong makikita, katakot-takot na traffic ang dadaanan mo bago ka makapunta sa mismong venue reception. Okay, syempre hindi ka naman mapili sa church. Syempre, okay lang sa'yo. So long na masunod ang date ng gusto mo kasi nga, birthday yun ng fiancé mo at yun ang araw na sinagot mo siya at anniversary nyo yun. Since mag-boyfriend at girlfriend kayo at 10 years na kayo, yes, I get that. You want the date, you want the church, and you want the venue. And there's no way you're not getting it because you are getting married and no one's gonna stop that. Yes, I get that reason. Okay, another fallback, pag binook mo pa rin ang venue bago ang church, this might happen. Posible rin na ang mahahanap mong next available church malayo sa preparation area nyo. So, pag malayo sa preparation area mo, mas mahirap pumunta sa simbahan at pag mas malayo rin ang preparation area mo sa simbahan, mas maaaga ang pagpunta mo sa simbahan. At pag mas maaga ang pagpunta mo sa simbahan, magka-cut off din ang time mo for photo and video. Pangarap mo nga yung mga photos and videos na nakikita mo on social media. So either way, we're on the losing end here. So what are we going to do with those? The first thing na gagawin natin ay una, i-consider mo ang ibang date. Kung hindi ka naman dear maselan sa date at talagang pwede ka namang mag-compromise. Imagine, nakuha mo na nga yung forever mo Baka naman pwede. I-compromise mo na yung date. Anyway, getting married is all about compromising. It's also about adjusting. So the date may not be for you, but the church and venue can be. Another solution that you can find is, aside from compromising the date, huwag mo muna kasing unahin yung venue. Hanapin mo muna yung church na talagang meant ang vibe na parang dito ka lalakad sa altar na ito. Yes, why am I suggesting this? Because if nahanap mo yung church na talagang gusto mo, marami naman ding venue na nag-o-offer of the same facilities. Say for example, ang requirement mo high ceiling or ang requirement mo fully air-conditioned. Marami din namang venues that offers the same quality of facilities. Pero, yun na nga, kung talagang gusto mo boss, especially the facility of the venue and you're only considering one venue for your wedding reception, then you should know how to compromise and match it with your church date. At eto kung sasabihin mo naman sa akin na, paano ko? 1 year pa bago yung kasal ko, 2 years pa, yung mga long-term engagement at lalo na po ngayong pandemic, it's gonna be a long-term engagement for all the couples out there. Paano ko? Paano yung mga 1 year na? Ano nang gagawin namin? Hindi naman namin pwedeng kunin yung church kasi 1 year pa yung kasal. Anong sasabihin sa amin? I know not all of you knows this, but you can reserve the church 1 year ahead or 2 years ahead. May mga nag-aalaw na churches na ganun so long that you have a proper endorsement with your parokya, given the circumstance na ito po ay Catholic ceremony. Pag naman po, other ceremonies, if I'm not mistaken, basta sa lokal nyo po nanggaling yung endorsement that you're getting married, you can reserve the date early, you can pay the reservation fee so long that there is an endorsement. Your reservation for the church will exist to follow na lang po lahat ng documents. Date to season or whether to venue or type of wedding consideration. So what do we mean with this? If you are considering summer season. So, ano po ba yung summer season? So, ito po yung ito po yung March, April, May, June weddings. So, if you are highly considering these dates, ito po yung sobrang init sa Pilipinas. Ito po yung kahit gabi na, ang haba pa rin po ng araw, mabagal bumaba ang sunset, Yung sunset po is medyo delayed. So, if you're planning a garden wedding on this season, this is not the right month. So, eto, may mga couples that are considering garden wedding these seasons and it wouldn't be comfortable for your guests. Kahit na garden wedding pa po yan, mainit pa rin po. And kahit ischedule nyo po yung kasal nyo ng 4 p.m., mataas pa rin po ang katirikan. Tirik na tirik pa rin po ang araw. It wouldn't help your wedding because it will cause too much delay. So, pag pinababa mo naman yung araw, mabilis naman din pong gagabi at magkakaroon ng lighting problems ang photo and video team and we wouldn't want that. At sa mga nagpaplano naman po ng Vermont season, ito malamok po ang garden wedding. Yes, I understand na gusto mo talaga, yes, I understand. Okay, sa mga birth seasons, okay po yung garden weddings, do medyo malamok ng konti, pero tolerable. Not as hot as the March to June weddings. So, kung bare months yan, okay ka mag-garden wedding hanggang January and February, forest wedding, and so on. But please do not do it on summer seasons, pag-garden wedding. Now, if you are considering a sunset wedding, you might also wanted to consider longer nights ba or longer days. Tandaan po, pag summer season, longer days. Pagka naman bare months, yan po yung mga longer nights. So, medyo late po medyo mas maaga po ang sunset pagdating ng mga bare months. So, if you would want to consider all those times, yan po. So, ano po ba yung maulan dito sa Philippines now? I know, almost all of you po ay takot. Actually, lalo na po kami mga suppliers, takot po kami sa ulan. Pero kami po ay mga waterproof. Hindi po kami waterproof. Medyo lang. Hindi kasi we're trying to make things possible. So, ulanin o arawin po. Alam ko po yun. Almost all the suppliers are making things possible for your wedding to go through as smooth as possible. So, ito po yung masasabi ko. Ito po yung pwede kong maging advice sa inyo. Pagka mga bare months po, August, pero pagka mga July, August, September, October, bagyuhin po ang Pilipinas. Alam ko po, alam niyo po yun. Alam po nating lahat yun. Pero mostly, maulan po dyan, mabagyo. So, you might want to consider an indoor type of venue. Actually po, hindi po yung weather yung dapat yung tutukan eh. It's the season of the year na dapat pong malaman. Kasi most of our couples, ay, parang bet ko yung garden wedding. Mag-garden wedding tayo April. If you really wanted to push through a garden weddings, meron po mga available dito sa Pilipinas na indoor garden. Yes, at meron po mga nagmamagic na stylist na kayang gawing garden ang indoor venue. Yes po, meron. So, you have to find the right supplier. So, kung gusto niyo po talaga makakuha ng magandang rate sa suppliers and talaga pong yung mga suppliers na gusto niyo, I might advise you to book at least a year ahead of the date. Especially yung December. I tell you po, December last year, 2019, almost mafull na po ang bookings for December 2020 ng mga suppliers. And of course, keep in mind that it's harder to book for transportation din para sa mga guests kasi nga po, medyo full na po yan. But of course, if you wanted to push through for holidays, no problem with that. But always remember that planning po ahead will get you ahead. Okay, third. Ano nga ba yung number 3 sa aking listahan ng 5 most common mistakes? Ito lang naman po yung not fitting their wedding gowns. O, diba? Napaka-blatant, no? Not fitting their wedding gowns up until 21st century. Yes, you heard me right. Up until now, may mga brides pa din who are really superstitious. When I say superstitious, sila lang naman talaga yung mga hindi ko kakayaning isukat ang aking bridal gowns because I know na hindi daw matutuloy or ganito yung sinabi ni mommy about bridal gowns. I trust my couturier. Nothing will happen on the day. All those excuses just because they don't want to fit their wedding gown because of one superstitious belief. Pag daw sinukat ang wedding gown, hindi daw matutuloy ang kasal. Girls, your love is greater than that superstitious belief. Ang pagmamahal po sa inyo ng mapapangasawa nyo ay hindi nasusukat sa pagsusukat ng wedding gown. So please, fit your wedding gown because it will help not just your couturier, but you a lot. Because I tell you, 1 month before the wedding, you get all those stress and anxieties and lahat na may isip mo na either you lose weight or you gain weight. And I tell you, almost 2 weeks before, it will eat you up. And honestly, you don't know if you're gaining or losing weight. And your couturier have already finished your wedding gown. It's been delivered to your home. Or at least 1 week before, deliver na yung couturier. Those adjustments because you're not the only bride on that month. Ang dami ko mga kilalang couturiers na tinatapos na po yung wedding gowns nila ahead of time. So, paano ko na pagtatahe. Okay guys, almost all the bride assistants are showing for basic yung sobrang luwag, yung lace na ayaw mag-fit, yung back portion of the gown that needs to be fitted. Only the trained couturiers can do that. So, if mangyayari to, this will cause a lot of delays for your wedding. For the photo and video team, madadelay ang shoot with your wedding gown, and all those dreamy post-nup will turn into horror stories. And this will stress you all day. Because lahat po ay titignan ka, all eyes on the bride. Ayaw mo naman na luganggang yung dress mo at ayaw mo naman na parang puputok na yung botones nun, diba? Sa sobrang sikip sa'yo. Girls, fit your wedding gown before the wedding day. This will help you maximize the time. I know madami ka nang na-imagine sa wedding gown mo. But please, girls, you have a lot of time before the wedding and we don't want to get so much delays during your wedding day. I always say this, or sa mga future videos ko, babanggitin ko pa rin po, one of the most common mistakes every couples are doing are not getting planners or coordinators at all. Yung feeling po nila, kaya ng ate nila, yung feeling po nila, okay naman yung wedding kasi meron namang mga coordinator sa simbahan, meron namang staff sa venue, or feeling nila things will go smoothly because they have planned as much as they can. But, ladies and gentlemen, there are fortuitous events that only coordinators can stress about and not you as a bride or groom. So, ito pa po. Ang situations na nangyayari if you're not getting coordinators at all, ay, kasi kaya naman ng ate ko kasi kino-coordinate niya yung wedding ng anak ng pinsan ng ninang ko. So if that's the case, I understand that you trust your ate better. Your wedding doesn't deserve a trial and error wedding coordination practice. You deserve a pro, okay? Be it someone that you trust, be it someone in your area na talaga alam mong trusted yung coordinator na yon, do it. Do it. It's gonna help you a lot. It's gonna unload the stress in you. Pero dahil lang titipid ka, kasi ganito po yung value ng coordinators, kasi ganito po yung value ng wedding planners. Okay, you're on a budget, but at least get an on-the-day coordinator. A reliable one, a licensed one. Okay, so additional tip lang para dito. I know on the preparations, halos master out mo lahat ng plans. Ikaw ang nakakaalam ng lahat, so alam mo lahat ng pasikot-sikot sa wedding. But you have to unload that and trust that to a person, which will be your coordinator if possible. Lahat ng naging preparations mo, lahat ng dapat mong i-endorse ahead of time so that they can execute better. And the last, pero pinaka-common mistake ng mga couples natin is not monitoring their wedding budget. Yes, I know meron po kayong mga wedding funds. I know pinag-ipunan niyo po ito. And I know that most of you are not really fond of listing out all the necessary expenses. Even a day out with your coordinator. Or even a day out with your suppliers na pinamarienda mo sila. List it down as part of your wedding expenses. Hala, ang OA naman, pati ba naman yun? Of course. So long na kinuha mo yun sa wedding fund mo, you have the right to list it down. Okay? Para malaman mo and matrack mo where are you at the moment or nakamagkano ka na ba? Say for example, nag-set ka lang ng budget limit for 200,000. If you're not monitoring your budget, there's a huge possibility that you are exceeding. Given the circumstances, halimbawa na dumami yung bisita or may mga other expenses ka pala na na-overlook na hindi mo nakita at on the day, pagbayaran na, magagalaw mo yung pera sa prosperity dance na binigay sa'yo at nirigalo sa'yo or yung mga monetary gifts na kailangan mo nang galawin kasi meron ka pong mga suppliers na hindi pa nababayaran and that your wedding fund is yes, wala na. Hindi mo na malayan, ubos na yung wedding fund mo and just because you didn't track your budget, you overspent it. Believe me, I've seen a lot of couples na hindi po nag-monitor ng kanilang budget. So what happened was, nag-overspend po sila and take note, they didn't just overspend like 50,000. They overspent like 100,000. So if you don't want to be broke after the wedding and you wanted to spend the money that has been given to you, sa pang-umpisa nyo as couple, well, you might want to monitor your budget. And that's it. Those are the 5 most common mistakes almost every engaged couples are doing. Thank you for watching. This has been Jen for Wedding Guide PH. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification below para po ma-update kayo sa mga susunod na videos natin. See you!